Greetings, gentlemen. I just got a comment under my videos regarding the last video I uploaded where I said that I was smurfing as a Grimstroke in a game. And now I want to give you my perspective on what I'm doing and why I still think I hold some moral, let's say, dignity, even though I have a second account. Before we get into my account, I'm going to point back to the DOTA update that we just had a while ago, where it's clearly saying that smurfing is not welcome in Dota 2, and then if you read further down, we read that a ton of accounts have been banned. And here Smurf accounts are alternate accounts used by players, and now they are the reasons why people use Smurf accounts and which accounts actually do get banned, to avoid playing at the correct MMR, to abandon games, to cheat, to grief, or to otherwise be toxic without consequence. And of course I am against all of those things. I do not want people to avoid playing at the correct MMR. If your sole reason is to have another account, to be at an MMR where you're not supposed to be, to abuse things, to get a rush out of stomping noobs, then this is definitely not what you want to be doing. You also don't want to be abandoning games. If you play a Smurf account and you just casually throw away games because you don't even care about it, that's not what you want to do. Of course you should be getting banned. To cheat, to grief, obviously, or to otherwise be toxic without consequence, none of those things are things that I would be supporting. Obviously, I want the Dota community to grow, I want it to be a healthy place, and I want to be a fun place. There's nothing more annoying than people that do not sweat if you're in a game, and that people that are just toxic, and there's nothing more annoying in Dota than people who show those kind of behavior. So as you can see, none of those critiques really apply to me, and I think this is the reason why this account is still alive. Another thing that I want to show you is that there's actually an easy way to avoid people like me. You go to the settings, you go to the options, and then you go to advanced options, and here you will find a strict solo role queue matchmaking button. You can just enable this, and then you will never encounter parties in the enemy team. And I am only playing party because the whole reason for me to be here in this MMR is to play with my friends anyways. So if you just press this button, you will never run into people like me. The only people that you can dodge are those who are actually abusing the MMR system and they're trying to gain for their own benefit or their ego or they're pushing their MMR or whatever, and those people should be reported instantly and of course will get banned sooner or later, because I think the Dota 2 system is improving every single day by detecting those kind of smurfs. Another measurement I think you can take to see that I'm not doing the typical smurfing is my behavior score. I do not get reported on this account. I do not get reported on this account at all, unless I have teammates that are completely annoyed by my crazy mid lane picks that are no mid laners or something like this. But since most of my teammates are my friends anyways and my enemies like to win the game, there's no reason at all to get reported in the game, and that's why my behavior summary is pretty decent. So this is my Dota account where I play with friends, and this already gives you the reason why I'm doing this. If I want to play together with friends and we do not want to pick for all pick matches and have a huge disparity in skill, then I feel forced to play with them on another account in low MMR. Obviously, I'm not going to play the heroes that I'm comfortable with, that I'm solo carrying with, and that I'm going to stomp with. If you look over the games here on my account, I'm playing the most craziest stuff that I don't have any experience in. And as you can see, I'm having a ton of losses and it's very mixed. Actually, the win rate of this account is negative. So the things that I'm doing here are purely for, let's say, entertainment purposes, and I'm always queuing with friends. Every single game that I'm queuing together with friends. I'm always in a party, I'm always playing with the same kind of people. The first match of this account was 2013, and since then it has never seen a ranking beyond 3k MMR, and I'm not even sure where I calibrated, probably 2.5. So there really hasn't been much involvement at any point. So since I'm playing on this different account, of course I know that I don't want to play my comfortable heroes. I'm not trying to win the game at the fastest minute possible. I'm trying to do new things that are kind of crazy, that are goofy, that are here just to have fun with the people that I'm playing at. So in this game, for example, I pick Lion mid lane, and of course Lion mid lane doesn't work that well, and of course the result is that you lose the game, but you have some fun and you enjoy Dota 2. And yeah, basically you have an opportunity together with some old friends that are playing in this MMR for years now, and I just want to join them and have a sweet experience here. Now, from my perspective, I don't hurt anybody involved here. If I hurt anybody, then it's actually my own teammates, because I'm doing the most craziest stuff that usually tends to lose us the game. And I'm playing very greedy and very undisciplined. But since the people that I'm playing with are my friends and they're here not mainly to gain MMR but to enjoy the game, that's not really an issue if my win rate is very low. And then for the enemies, there's no problem here at all, because as I said, my win rate on this account is nearly negative. And now I'd like to point out a couple of the benefits that come with this. If I'm making a hero guide, I want to play the hero, but I'm not gonna pick a random hero that I've never basically played before in my Immortal games to grief the game for everybody that's involved. I'd rather just queue with a couple of friends together, first pick the hero and see what happens. See what kind of counters there are, what kind of item builds you want to go for, and stuff like that. And then I can make an educated guide about this and actually provide value to the Dota 2 community. The next positive thing that can come out of this is that I'm making videos like the Crimstroke video I did before, where I can compare my kind of mindset with somebody else. And since I'm playing a ton of support in those kind of games, I think it's really educational to see what a different mindset can do to a support hero. So around about 600 people subscribe to my YouTube channel. If only half of them watches this, I think the positives outweigh the negatives immensely, and there is no downside for this to the Dota 2 community. Instead, I think this is actually an upside to everybody that is involved. And then lastly, my coaching has been improving a ton since I have been playing on lower ranked MMRs and just observe what kind of things they are encountering, what the problems are that they're facing, how the games actually feel, what kind of things might be working and what doesn't work. My advice that I can give needs to be connected to the people that I'm playing with. And if I'm only stuck in my Immortal games and I'm only playing at the top %, I just don't have the feel for what's actually happening on other places. The whole match dynamic of how long the game is, what kind of heroes are picked, what items are bought, how teamfights feel and evolve. This is a completely different situation and scenario than what I'm encountering, so the kind of advice that I can give to people that I'm coaching is not the same that I would be giving to people close to Immortal. And so I think in my case, in order to have fun with the friends, to improve and to understand better parts of the Dota community, I think it is permissible to do what I'm doing. I wouldn't even call this smurfing, because I'm not improving the MMR of this account. I keep staying at the same MMR and we keep having fun at the same place where we belong as a group identity in this team basically. So I hope I was able to give some viewpoints on why I'm doing what I'm doing, and of course I'm here to renounce smurfing in general. I don't want people to be abusing the rank system. I don't want them to stomp noobs to boost their ego. Obviously I'm against all of those kind of things, but as you can see, I have my reasons for what I'm doing, and I hope that you get the same understanding as I do in terms of what is actually the moral thing here to do, because I understand that the rules of the game are more important than winning singular games. I still would be super interested to hear your perspective about this. I think most of the people in Dota 2 that you encounter are smurfing constantly, and this topic gets never really talked about, right? So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, if you think this is permissible, if you want to persuade me to stop this kind of action, what your resolutions will be for the problems that I'm facing, and if you think that the positive consequences that I'm getting out of this can actually be achieved otherwise, or if you think that this is just perfectly fine and I can keep doing what I'm doing here. And yeah, I would be super interested to hear your thoughts, and I'm looking forward to the next Dota video that I'm about to make. See you soon again.